Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I'm Pastor Joe Fox. Yeah, people have been sending me communiques saying, hey, when are you going to weigh in on this shooting in Las Vegas? And I guess that's what I'm going to do now. You've read everything I've read. You've probably watched more YouTube videos and newscasts and things than I have just because of access. 58 people so far are dead and 500 and something are wounded. That means that body count is going to go up. One thing we never hear about the wounded is some of those people go through life with grievous wounds for things like this, and we kind of write them off as, oh, they're wounded, they were lucky, they weren't killed. Sometimes those are pretty horrific injuries, especially when rifle fire is involved. When it first happened, I was dead asleep. When I woke up early I woke up at 6 Central Time, so what is that? Las Vegas is Mountain Time. Several hours after the event was over. I got on social media, and it's always interesting to read the initial news reports, the initial Twitter feed, the social media commentary going back and forth. First reports are usually wrong. I mean, you should just know that. And it's really interesting to me from a sociologist standpoint to watch all the comments of people who just know what's going on, right? Obviously a Muslim terror attack, obviously 3 shooters, obviously this, that, and the other thing. Nothing is obvious at first. I would like to know, and I bet you somebody out there knows, and you can put it in the comment, from the first shot until SWAT kicked in that guy's door, how much time elapsed? Because I'm thinking it wasn't much. I'm thinking SWAT did a pretty good job. Alright, so here's what always happens in events like this. It's a false flag, man. It's all a cover-up. He's a patsy. Yeah, of course they found him dead. Blah, look at the second window blown out. Donnie, there was 3 shooters. What about this? What about that? What kind of sickness? Seriously, what kind of issue do people have where they immediately go to huge conspiracy theories when something happens? Obviously it wasn't one lone shooter, it was several. What about the Mercedes with the 3 black guys and the 1 white guy that got out? What about this? What about that? What about it? Maybe it was 4 friends going out for a bachelor's party. They got out of a Mercedes. Big deal. It was one guy. I bet a lot of money it was that one guy. White guy, right? Older. Rich. Compared to you and me. Most of us. Come on, he owned 2 planes and a $400,000 house, right? He wasn't hurting for money. Maybe he was. He was a gambler. Maybe he was just so far in debt the mafia was going to come break his legs, and he decided, let's go out in a blaze of glory. Who knows? They don't know why he did it yet. Was he a Muslim convert? Doubtful. There's some rumor out there. I haven't seen it substantiated very hard, that he was somehow allied with Antifa, that he was a liberal. I don't know what they base that rumor on when it comes out that he had no social media posting. So, oh yeah, that's just because you believe what they say, Pastor Joe. Yeah, well, you gotta kind of sift through it, right? I think it was one dude with a machine gun or 10, right? He didn't know what he was doing. I mean, yeah, he killed a lot of people. He injured a lot of people, but he really didn't know what he was doing. You can tell by the way he was shooting. And that's the other thing. People are posting videos saying, it's clear that there's 2 shooters. You can hear them. No, what you're hearing is the echoes off the buildings, right? That's what I think. Don't be so quick, if you're one of those people, to just jump to the conspiracy. It clouds your mind. It clouds your reasoning. Try and have a clear plate and look at what is, right? I think it was probably one dude who shot all those people in a relatively short amount of time. Why? Because they were packed together like sardines. Is it going to do you any good to hear me one more time say avoid crowds? Is it going to do you any good to hear me one more time say, come out of her, my people? And boy, when you're talking about coming out of her, coming out of Babylon, you would think Las Vegas, Sin City kind of rates all the way up there, right? What are you doing in Las Vegas? He certainly, the shooter, was not some like right-wing, white supremacist Trump supporter, or he wouldn't be shooting up a country music concert, right? Think about that. Yeah, I know I'm going back and forth, but it's not. Is it going to do you any good to hear me one more time say, if you need stuff, get it now? You know that the Democrats are doing, the liberals are doing their same old thing. Whenever there's a shooting, they just tell their staff assistant, hey, bring out the ban the guns plan. Let's float this up the flagpole again. Run this up the flagpole and see if anybody salutes it. Of course they're going to try and ban guns and high-capacity magazines and machine guns and da-da-da-da-da. They're going to try and ban everything. Do you have your stuff? Do you have it already? If you don't, you better go get it now. There's a lot of people on YouTube saying that too. I think that's ridiculous. I mean, I think it's just a stupid thing to say. You should know that by now, right? Here, if something bad happens where it requires gas masks, are you going to want to run out and buy a gas mask? Because if you are, you should buy that now. Are you going to want to buy potassium iodide if a nuke goes off or a nuclear plant goes down? It's what, $4 or $5 a bottle? Are you going to want to get that? Well, if you are, you should already have it, right? You shouldn't be waiting for events. You are smarter. You are a Viking. You know these things. You can see ahead. The prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Yeah, but the foolish, right? Yeah. Think ahead. Get your stuff now. Right now prices are going up on black rifles, magazines, ammo, right? Because everybody's rushing, everybody's panicking. Try and think ahead and buy those things that you get them now. What am I running out to buy? I bought iced tea today because I didn't feel like making it. That's it. Oh, and I bought more of my teardrops. They had 3 boxes in Walmart. I bought all 3. So, yeah, I mean, people want me to weigh in. What do you want me to say, man? No first aid? There were some real heroic things that happened in and around this event. I saw many pictures of people moving out smartly. Some were running, some were jogging, some were just getting out of there. And in almost every picture there were guys like reaching out to help women. Now, was that his girlfriend? In a couple cases, I don't think it was. I think it was just guys, doing the guy thing and helping women to get out of here. I thought that was cool. There were a lot of people, evidently, that while everyone else was running, they stuck around and rendered aid to the people who were down. What do you have on you to conduct first aid? What do you carry with you? Do you know how to use a tourniquet? Tourniquets are not that expensive. You can buy like the cat tourniquets and stuff like that. You should practice with it so you can put one on yourself, so you can put one on somebody else, because tourniquets save lives, especially in a mass casualty incident like that. I heard rumors that there were, some former soldiers, because all soldiers get trained in combat first aid, gunshot wounds, right? And they were taking care of business out there too. But, there's a lot of dead people. I mean, that's a lot of dead people. And I'm wondering, out of the 500 wounded, how many were wounded in the rush to get out? From the little bit of video, and I'm now in a hotspot place, so I'm going to get on here after I make this video and upload it. From the little bit of video I saw, it didn't look like a mad panic rush out. You know what I mean? It didn't look like a lot of people got trampled, if you know what I mean. So that's cool. I heard one woman shooting a video, and she was very calm and telling people to get down, that kind of thing. But man, when you're in the kill zone, you need to move to cover, get out of the kill zone, right? That's just a horrible thing. All right, so that's what I think. we'll watch this, and some things will develop. You know, they're going to dig into this guy's life. But I guarantee you, if he's a lefty, which he might be, if he's a lefty, you're going to hear a dearth of it. Like, you're not going to hear it on the news because they don't want to talk about it. So we'll find out. We'll see what's going on. Y'all be careful. Be safe. Yes, you should have a gun on you all the time. When somebody's shooting at you from the 32nd floor, your gun won't be helpful. Matter of fact, pulling it out could get you shot, right? But that doesn't mean you shouldn't have one, because they're not always shooting from the 32nd floor, right? First aid, carry a gun. Don't be around crowds of people. Don't be in the cities. You should have your stuff now. Those are the lessons learned from this. I hope you all are okay. I hope your loved ones are okay, if they were around there at all. I really do. And yeah, I'll see you out there.